In this video, we'll walk through how to set up a connection between your Planet account and your Earth Engine account so that you can submit deliveries to your Earth Engine environment. We'll also walk through a quick example of how to actually submit a payload through Planet's Orders API to deliver your imagery directly to your Earth Engine account. To make the connection between Earth Engine and Planet, there are 4 required steps. The first step is to make sure that you're on the Google Cloud Project-backed Earth Engine version. If you haven't upgraded to the Google Cloud Project-backed Earth Engine account, you can actually do so using this form provided in our setup instructions on our developers page. The form will simply ask you for your name, your organization, and the email associated with your Earth Engine account. Planet can then upgrade your Earth Engine account for you to the Google Cloud Project version. When you return your code editor in Earth Engine, you shouldn't notice too much of a difference. The major changes will be on your assets page, where your legacy assets, the images that you were using before you upgraded to the new account, will be listed under legacy assets. And your new assets can be listed under these cloud assets, meaning that this is where your images are tied to your Google Cloud Project. You should also, upon returning to the code editor, see a pop-up window that will ask you to either select or create a new cloud project. This is required for using the new version of Earth Engine and is also required for using the integration from Planet. An example of what this looks like can be found here. Creating Google Cloud projects are free and do not actually cost you any storage cost. It also does not require a credit card to open one up. If you create a cloud project through the Earth Engine code editor experience, it should automatically enable the Earth Engine API on that cloud project. And that will set up for step 2. If you have not gone through the code editor, we do provide some instructions on here on how you can enable the Earth Engine API for your cloud project manually. Now that you've created a Google Cloud project and you are up to date with the Google Cloud Project-backed Earth Engine account, the next step is actually to enable Earth Engine IAM permissions for your cloud project. This process is still under development as of September 2020 from Google, and so we do have to request permissions here. There's a form to request these permissions that is pretty simple. You want to enter your email address associated with your Earth Engine account and the name or cloud project ID associated with your cloud project. Please allow Google 24 hours to make this upgrade so that the Earth Engine IAM permissions will become available inside of your cloud project. To access those IAM permissions, you actually want to navigate to your Google Cloud Console, which is console.cloud.google.com. On the left-hand side, there is a menu that says IAM and Admin. If you select IAM, it'll take you to a management page that'll allow you to add different members and new roles. From our setup guide, you'll see where we have listed our Google Service account, which is required to make writes and consequently deliveries to your Earth Engine environment. That is this URL right here. You can see inside of my IAM permissions that I went to add and then added a new member that is this Planet Google Service account and assigned it the Earth Engine Resource Writer permissions. The Earth Engine Resource Writer IAM permissions do require both read and write access to your cloud project. If you're working with proprietary data and sensitive information that you would not like Planet to have read access to, we recommend opening a new cloud project just for managing your Earth Engine assets with Planet so that you can keep your information separate. Once you've enabled access to Planet Service account, you should be good to go for using the delivery integration. This means that you can use Planet's Orders API to actually make direct deliveries to your Earth Engine account. Similar to how the Orders API can deliver directly to Amazon S3, Microsoft Azure, or Google Cloud Storage, it now also has the ability to make writes to your Earth Engine environment. If I open up an example inside of Postman, which is a really great interface for interacting with REST APIs, I can take a look at an example payload to our Orders API. Inside of the payload, I have a pretty normal set of keys and values here, specifying the image IDs that I'm looking for, the name of my order, my item type, which is PlanetScope 4-band, and the product bundle, which is the analytic surface reflectance with UDM2, the usable data mask 2.0. The only difference is I'm tagging on a stanza here at the end to let the delivery know that I would like to deliver it to my Earth Engine account, where I specify my cloud project name and my image collection. Importantly, make sure that you name your image collection first before making a delivery so that we know where to deliver it, as the Earth Engine API delivery integration will not create that image collection for you as of September 2020. We can also take a quick look at what image I'm looking at. So these are some forestry images that I found inside of Planet Explorer. I copied these image IDs and I added them to my Postman environment, which is using this orders v2 endpoint to make a post request with this JSON delivery. Once I've submitted an order, I should be able to get a URL with a response. By querying that URL, I should be able to check on the status of my order. This will provide information on if it's running, how many have succeeded, and give you a status update that you can query to make sure that you know when your orders have finished. These orders have actually already finished, and I can see inside of my Earth Engine account by using some quick code snippets here that we have inside of our documentation pages to visualize the data. I delivered to an image collection called SE Forestry for Southeast United States Forestry. I can import this image collection using this simple arrow. And then by copying one of the code snippets from our developer pages, I should be able to add this image to my map in true color. Here we can see we have the PlanetScope 4-band imagery visualized inside of my Earth Engine account that I was able to access by making a direct API delivery to Earth Engine after I configured up my platform connections. Thanks so much for your time. Hope this video was helpful.